Good, eh? So you've put a bit of extra cash into your super this year? Good on ya. Well, you're in exactly the right place because in this quick explainer, we're going to break down how you can turn those extra contributions into a pretty decent tax deduction.
Now, just so we're all on the same page, we're talking about the money you've tipped in from your take-home pay, after the tax man has already had a slice. If that sounds like you, then stick around. Let's see how we can get a bit of that tax back where it belongs, in your pocket.
Okay, here's why this is such a brilliant move. That money you put into super, it was originally taxed at your personal income tax rate, right? Which could be up to 45%. But once it's treated as a concessional contribution inside your super fund, it's only taxed at a flat 15%. See the difference? The whole point of this exercise is to claim that difference back. It's your money after all.
So, how do you actually tell the ATO you want in on this? Well, it all comes down to one really simple but very important little form that you need to get to your super fund.
It's called a Notice of Intent to Claim. The name sounds super official, but really just think of it as a heads up you're giving your super fund. You're basically saying, hey, remember that extra money I put in? Yeah, I'm going to claim that on my tax return. Your fund then does its thing and lets the ATO know. Simple as that.
Just to be crystal clear on this one, this isn't for the super your boss pays you. That's compulsory super. This is only for the extra cash you've personally decided to chuck in from your bank account. And it also can't be part of a salary sacrifice deal. That's a whole other kettle of fish.
All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts. It might sound like a bit of a hassle, but honestly, it's just 3 really straightforward steps. Let's walk through them.
So the order here is absolutely crucial. First, you send the form to your fund. Second, and you cannot skip this step, you have to wait to get a confirmation, an acknowledgement, back from them. It'll probably be an email or a letter. Only after you have that can you then go and lodge a tax return. Seriously, don't jump the gun on this one.
Okay, now for the really, really important bit. As with anything to do with tax, timing is absolutely everything. There are some hard and fast deadlines you need to know about to make sure your claim actually counts.
Listen up, because this is the golden rule. You have to get your notice in before you lodge your tax return for that year, or before the end of the next financial year. Whichever of those 2 things happens first, that's your deadline. For most of us, that just means get the form in before you do your tax.
Now, this is a massive tripwire, so be careful. If you've recently changed super funds and rolled all your money over, you can only claim a deduction on contributions that are still in that fund when you send the notice. You can't claim for money that's already packed its bags and moved to your new fund. A lot of people get caught out by that one. And of course, there are a few other little rules to be aware of, like the work test if you're between 67 and 75. It's also super important to remember that whatever you claim counts towards your annual concessional cap. Now, if you go over that limit, you could find yourself paying extra tax, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it?
Okay, but what if you've already sent the form in, and then you have that uh-oh moment where you realize you got the amount wrong? Maybe you want to claim more or maybe less. Don't panic, you can usually fix it.
Yup, you absolutely can change or vary a notice you've already sent in. The process is just a little bit different depending on whether you're trying to claim more or less. But as long as you're inside the deadlines we just talked about, it's doable.
So to increase your claim, it's pretty easy. You just fill out a new form. And on that new form, you only put down the extra amount you want to claim. So if you already claimed $5,000, but you want the total to be $7,000, the new form is just for that extra $2,000. Now, to reduce your claim, it works a little differently. You still fill out a new form, but this time you have to tick yes where it asks if you're varying an earlier notice. And here's the key. You put in the new final total you actually want to claim. This new form basically cancels out and replaces the old one completely.
Right, so that's the whole process in a nutshell. So what's the smartest way to actually get this done and dusted? Let's look at the most direct steps you can take, like right now.
Honestly, the quickest and easiest way is just to log in to your Superfund's website. Most of them have a simple online form you can fill out in just a few minutes. If you can't find it, you can always go straight to the ATO website and download the official form there. And I'm going to say it one last time, get that form submitted before you lodge your tax return.
And that's really all there is to it. The big takeaway here is that spending just a few minutes filling out this one little form could literally mean hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars back in your bank account at tax time. For the effort involved, it is absolutely worth looking into.